Hello everyone, my name is Nathanael Bang Garson Armonia. In behalf of Group 7, allow me to present our group objectives, conceptual framework, and our overall collage. Let's start with the objective. This presentation is intended to define what is good life, according to two philosophers, Epicurus and Aristotle, to identify the role of technology in achieving good life, and to examine the relationship between good life and science. This is now the conceptual framework. The first topic is The Life of Pleasure by Ms. Pulikin, followed by Mr. Sharon for the discussion of the fulfilled life. The next role of technology in achieving good life by Mr. Gamarino. And lastly, the relationship between science and good life by Ms. Demisili. At this point, I am going to present our group collage. This is inspired by the Statue of Liberty in America, which symbolizes freedom because it is where good life starts, in freedom. Being free means we can decide for our own without the strings that controls us. We are free to be who we are, to enjoy and to choose happiness. We are free to have a good life. And that would be all for the introduction.
Epicurus' views on pleasure and its relation to the good life. One of the most prominent philosophers was Epicurus, who developed influential theories regarding ancient physics, epistemology, and ethics. According to Epicurus, pleasure and pain are to be regarded as two ultimate measures of good and bad. He agrees with his predecessor Aristotle by highlighting the importance of happiness. Seeking pleasure and therefore leading a good life was as the sole objective of any individual. The basis of his philosophy in the knowledge that one must eradicate all fear and anxiety in order to achieve ataraxia, meaning a state of tranquility. He states that the limit of pleasure is the removal of all pain, which include but does not limit itself to bodily pain. Furthermore, there are two types of pleasure described by Epicurus. It is the kinetic and katastematic. Kinetic pleasure is also known as moving pleasure. It involves the act of satisfying an individual's desire, whereas dissatisfaction arises the removal of bodily disturbance, such as the act of sex and anxiety over unpleasant feeling like hunger. Katastematic pleasure, on the other hand, is a static state of pleasure. This is the state of being that follows the satisfaction of a particular desire and which frees us from pains of both need and want.
Aristotle Good Life. Epicurus emphasizes pleasure. Another great Greek philosopher, Aristotle, views the good life in a more comprehensive way. Aristotle develops a theory of the good life, also known as eudaimonia. For humans, eudaimonia is perhaps best translated as flourishing or living well and doing well. According to Aristotle, we all want to be happy. The good life is the happy life, as he believes happiness is an end in itself. Aristotle argued that the way to bridge the gap between knowledge of the good life and actual living it was through the development of a good moral character, and this entails developing good habits. Aristotle calls good habits excellence or virtues. Virtues of the mind are intellectual virtues, while virtues exemplified by a regular disposition to choose correctly are moral virtues. For Aristotle, wisdom is the most important intellectual virtue, but moral virtue plays a special role in living well. So, we need to develop the good habits or virtues which help us obtain what is really good for us. Good habits or moral virtues are the principal means to having good lives because they allow us to habitually make the choices that both constitute and lead to good life.
Role of technology. Technology has changed the way people live their everyday lives. It's present in almost everything we do, from how we communicate to how we perform our day-to-day tasks. Here are some of the benefits of technology in people's lives. First is communication is more convenient. Second is the healthcare industry became more efficient. The next is access to information is easier. And next is the advancements in medicine, better opportunities for learning. And thanks to technology, it's now easier to go to work or perform household chores. There are various gadgets and equipment that help people live their lives more conveniently. It has also influenced various fields in today's society, such as transportation, education, and medicine. There's no doubt that life has become more comfortable thanks to technology. It's almost unimaginable to live a day without a use of technology since it's present in nearly everything people use. Of course, the digital age also comes with some disadvantages such as over-dependence on mobile phones or addiction to social media. However, there's no denying that technology also made a lot of things better for everyone. Essential aspects of today's society such as healthcare and education have improved significantly thanks to technology.
Good day, I am Shandy May and I will be talking about the relationship between science and the good life. Science and the good life are interdependent and they affect each other just like the concept of cause and effect. Science and its researches and inventions have a great impact on human life, precisely the good life. And it is the pursuit of a good life that fuels the passion for scientific development in the world. So, what makes life a good life? As for me, it is happiness, just like Aristotle believes. Satisfaction plus peace plus good health and solitude. That's how I describe good life, but it varies from each of us. So the question now is how science and technology influence good life. For example, as what I said earlier, good life for me is happiness, and this happiness derives from connecting to my loved ones and watching movies. It was so challenging to convey information and messages before, but because of the scientific invention of cell phone and internet, I can connect easy and fast to my relatives and friends, and I can watch my favorite movies. Achieving those will make me happy, and that gives me a good life. Another example is that paracetamol is a scientific invention that influences our life in terms of good health. We can say that science has contributed, if not less, but more to the process of living a good life. I'll just say that science gave life to the concept of a good life. Without it, we cannot possibly achieve everything that makes a good life. And that would be all for the video presentation of Group 7. Thank you and God bless.